Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in this great wide world of ours. I wanted to get a little video off, and I've been a little bit out of it the last couple of weeks, but wanted to get a video off, and I'm sorry about the darkness here, but I just finished one book called Water Quality on the Reservation, posted out on Amazon. And I'm probably going to tweak that a little bit, but I wanted to at least get that on there. And I have somebody right now on from Amazon, one of the don't buy that lottery ticket. I cleaned that up, and I've got to reach out to somebody next week on that as well. And then I'm going to discern about starting my own practice, which I think is more practical than trying to work somewhere. But I'm still going to think about that and go somewhere until something comes available that I enjoy. But I was thinking today, the next book I'm working on right now is called Abundance, and the goal here is creating abundance in life. In other words, what I want to do with this book and what I want to create about it is we got to have an abundance minded sense that says, yeah, we've got this, I got this going on. For instance, I got a PhD. I am looking at maybe starting my own practice, looking at getting into a situation where I finally get to the point where I can get the child support paid off, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the point here that I want to make is, like I said, I continue with my writing, and though I'm not happy where my writing is at present, I still work on it every day. And the point on that is, only way you're going to improve on something in life. It's like when I was didn't like where my speaking is, and I still don't like where my speaking is. That you work on it daily. It's the old saying or the old cliche. How do you come proficient in something? You practice, 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 practice every day. It's like the how do I become a New York Times bestseller, which is one of my goals or on one of my bucket lists. Is I got to practice writing every day, every day, every day, and then work on trying to find a publisher that will publish one of them or is willing to take that chance or take that leap of faith on one of my writings and move things in a more positive light that I like to do. But the point here is I have this abundant mindset. When what I mean by abundant mindset is that I know things in the long run that I'm abundant. In other words, I create all this energy, positive energy and positive flow to create abundance. So the point out of that is you create a a situation where you look at something and say, yeah, this is abundant. And then you move forward with it. For instance, like I said, the other issue that I want to do is want to be in a more wealthier state. Well, to get from point A to point B, you have to be at a position to where you make or you have that emphasis of making the right decisions and moving things in the right direction where you want to do. In other words, you got to have that positive mindset or be abundant or have that abundance insight. And a lot of this comes from Stephen Covey's writings back in the 1980s, 1990s about having this abundant mindset or abundant philosophy. And I'm kind of under the impression right now, and it's my belief, and it has been, and I believe this is one reason that I had a conflict with some of the people, especially on the clinical side from the nonprofit I worked at, is they believed in cognitive behavior therapy. And I actually do not believe cognitive behavior therapy is the solution to people that have got an addiction problem or other problems. The core of the issue here is have them change that mindset or flip that mindset. I'm an NLP practitioner and also hypnosis. So the goal is not necessarily make the person aware, which is cognitive behavior therapy, or train them to work through the thoughts, the people already know they've got problems. So all you're doing is putting more stuff in the hole that they already know of, instead of what you need to do. And I'm a big component of, is more or less change that to a not cognitive behavior therapy. But and then when you're dealing with people with addictions, their brain is like frazzled from either being fentanyl or some kind of other depressant or even stimulus. So really, their cognitive behavior is really out on the fringe of things. So the point that I want to make out of this is what you tell people is that your mindset is not the issue, but to create that, I call that neurological linguistic programming, and saying you are abundant, you can do this. There's no reason why you can't do this. And I'm under the contention that I really think in my mind, because I've seen it already, because I've been playing with it, that I can change somebody's mindset and get them off drugs or get them off this issue within 30 days. And there's no, if they follow a set of rules. And then the part of that rule is that they can't drink, they can't smoke. So what you're trying to do here is get all the toxins out of their mind, all the toxins out of their body. And this is one thing that I'm looking at. Maybe this is something that might be an approach to look at instead of going to the cognitive behavior therapy, because in essence, what you're trying to do with these people is create abundance and not just put more fuel on the fire with the cognitive behavior therapy. I granted, I think that was the edge of, the technology of the 80s, maybe the 90s, 2000. But I actually, working in a nonprofit organization, I don't really think that's the solution. And with the issue of behavior with people. But anyway, getting back to the cognitive behavior therapy is that it doesn't work. But when we look at abundance, what you do is you're creating to say that, yeah, that you can do this. You're abundant, even though you may see things that are not right. In essence, there are a lot of things going right. I always tell people that I work with or talk to, the first step, and then I'm not a clinical psychologist. I'm just a normal IO psychologist. But the goal here is, what I tell people is that I'm not a clinical psychologist. I can be their therapist. But the first step in any person's problem in life is realizing what you can and cannot do. And some things you cannot do, they're out of your control at the present time. But the things you can do, it's like I told someone last week, I was taking the bus, and I said the baby steps are what are important. You're trying to, when you see a baby, you don't see a baby going from, and in some cases you do, from the crawling stage to stand up and walking right. But for the most part, they stumble and fall, and they go through a process. And that's the point with being in abundance, that they're open to the possibilities, realize that they can achieve this and be a better person. So anyway, these are some foods for thoughts for today. Please like and subscribe on my page. Also, remember, I got a conference next month. It's going to be online and all day. Got some really neat speakers lined up. And right now, next week I'm going to firm up those speakers. But it's online. It's relationships, friend or foe. How you can improve your relationships, not also in your personal life, but also in your business, in your personal life as well, in your relationships as well. And that could be your family, friends, your significant other. And that's the point that I want to address with that too. Then it's going to be available online. It's going to be, it is available on Eventbrite. Most likely I'm going to have the thing on, and I'm looking at this at the end of the first part of October, looking at putting this on probably on either Facebook, or I will put it on Zoom. I'm not quite sure yet, or I may even put it on Google Chat. I haven't decided yet. Make this decision in the next couple weeks, and then I'll go from there. And I'll tell it. But remember, it's $75. And also at that conference, I'm going to give away one of my books. Most likely at that book for $75. I'm also going to give away Empowerment and Change to you absolutely free for signing up for the course. I also have Don't Buy That Lottery Ticket. Either one's a better choice, but the Empowerment and Change is a bigger value because it's a longer book and can offer some enlightenment in your life. So anyway, folks, please like and subscribe. Any questions? The word of the day is empowerment. So if you like and subscribe, put in the chat empowerment. I will automatically send this week's thing, Don't Buy That Lottery Ticket, to you absolutely free. If you type empowerment, like and subscribe on my channel. Anyway, folks, I'll probably do a video early on next week, and have a great week, and feel free to reach out to me at bthomasmiller, it's PSYCH @gmail.com. Anyway, hope to talk to you real soon, and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.